Hashtag girls trip is definitely a hashtag that isn't what it looks like. Awkward. Girls Trip is about four best friends who are in for the adventure of a lifetime when they travel to New Orleans for the annual Essence Festival. Along the way, they rekindle their friendship and rediscover the wild side by drinking, dancing, laughing, and romancing. First of all, this movie is one of the funniest films I've seen in probably the last 2 years. 2017 has brought us this terrible batch of comedies like Baywatch and Rough Night and Chips, but this movie is a first movie not only to be laugh a minute, but it also just has so much heart to it. This movie is honestly so funny. I plan on not only seeing it again when it comes out, but I also plan on owning it on Blu-ray. It's one of these comedies which definitely has rewatchability factor, very much like The Hangover or Bridesmaids. Tiffany Haddish is someone who I've never even heard of before, but she definitely stole the movie with her outrageous quips and hilarious lines, but she also had this really endearing quality to her. Now, these four women all have such fantastic chemistry between them, and I honestly can't wait to hang out with them again, so I really do hope that this does get a sequel. Now, I am not the target audience. I'm very, very far from it, not being a black woman, of course. But I can honestly say that I had such a fun ride, and everybody should do themselves a favour and go and see this on opening weekend. Now, I mentioned that Tiffany Haddish stole the movie, but really it's the chemistry between all four leads that was just so palpable, and they all had such a great dynamic between each other. All of them playing archetypes in one of these paint-by-numbers movies, but I mean really, to be honest, you have seen this movie, but it's such a well-written comedy that you don't really realise that you're using the same tropes beat by beat that you've seen in the genre before. Now, I've not laughed this hard in years, and as you can tell, I'm kind of sick at the moment, but on the plus side to not only this being such a well-written comedy that's so funny, I now also have some form of abs from laughing just so hard. Now, the movie did run a little long, probably overstaying its welcome, probably about 15 minutes, but as far as comedies goes, you'll laugh so much that you won't really have an issue paying full price for it. Also, I noticed that there were a few small narrative issues, but once again, I laughed so much that it really kind of didn't bother me too much. But also be warned that you'll never look at a grapefruit the same way after seeing this movie. So I'm going to talk about the supporting cast, which really is just two people. Kate Walsh was funny, but she was just like, she's so white, like the whitest of white. Mike Coulter, which is Luke Cage, he was also fantastic playing against type, but really there's a third supporting character in this movie, and that is New Orleans. Now, New Orleans looks so wonderful in the movie, and I'd love to visit ASAP, not just for the music and the culture, but also they do these things which I never knew called go-cups, where you go into a bar and you get a drink and you can take it outside, which is just fantastic. Now, to sum this review up, just go see this movie, even if it doesn't look like it's for you. Just go see it. I have no issue recommending this movie to every man and his dog. Like, I can't suck enough absinthe out of this hurricane. So what are your favourite comedies of this year? Do you plan on seeing Girls Trip? Do I sound like a sexy Bilbo Baggins? Let me know in the comments below, and of course if you like this video and want to see more, please click here to see more. Thanks for watching, bye.